My 30M wife, 30F, thinks I'm going to eventually leave her for someone else and nothing I do or say can convince her otherwise. My wife and I have been together for 5 years, married for 2. She's currently 24 weeks pregnant with our first child. About 2 months ago, I had to go on a work trip. I didn't want to risk passing something on to her, so I quarantined for 2 weeks in a hotel room. When I got back home, my wife was very distant. It wasn't until last week that I finally got her to tell me what was the matter. Essentially, she's convinced herself that I'm going to cheat on and leave her. I've tried to reassure her that I won't, but it seems to just make her feel worse. I've offered to let her check my phone whenever she wants, but she keeps insisting that she doesn't want to. I honestly don't know what else to do. I hate seeing her cry over something that will never happen. How can I reassure her I have no plans to leave her? Too long didn't read. My pregnant wife thinks I'm going to leave her for another woman after I came home from a business trip. I agree with some of the other comments here. Therapy may be of some help since she is feeling insecure, but she is pregnant and her hormone levels are extra high and all over the place, making her emotions crazy. You could try to do little things like bring her flowers or be extra supportive and involved in the pregnancy just to reinforce that you are here to stay. I had similar thoughts about my husband when I was pregnant and he did little things like this. I hope it works out. Dude, she's pregnant. She could be experiencing depression, even some elements of delusional disorders, which you might too if you had that constant flood of hormones bombarding you every waking moment. Super wouldn't mention this to her though. Very gaslight. Why? No woman wants to hear that her behavior is dictated solely by hormones when biologically speaking, that very well may be the case, and this is coming from a woman of childbearing age myself. I'd really keep an eye on her after she delivers. Postpartum depression and psychosis are common and sometimes deadly. For now, I'd focus a lot on the child, how you're so excited to start your family and how this is the beginning of the rest of your life with her. Try to keep it positive, and if she starts getting negative, just remind her that you vowed to be there in sickness and in health, for better or worse, and that you will get through this together. A girl I, 35 meters, loved years ago convinced herself that I was going to do the same thing. She'd been married too young and then divorced when her ex-husband cheated. She then had another relationship after getting divorced where the guy abandoned her suddenly for a job across country when she thought she was going to be moving with him. I was convinced at the time that she was going to be my wife, but then she started sabotaging the relationship. Her psyche was in a bad place from her traumatic past relationships, and I honestly think she just couldn't handle the thought of being deked over again by a man she loved. I held on longer than I probably should have and tried to show her I'd never hurt her like her exes had, but it was all for naught. Best of luck to you. I hope it turns out better for you than it did for me. Keep reassuring her you love only her. I'm sure her body and mind are going through a lot right now, so just try to be extra compassionate and thoughtful. It's a positive sign she doesn't want to go through your phone. All you can do is be there for her. She doesn't feel her best right now and hormones are no fun at this time. Someone guy invited my 26M girlfriend, 26F, to Dubai and she's considering going. The title states everything. I told her I'm uncomfortable with it, then she just got angry at me because we haven't traveled at all this year and is accusing me of being to bring her places like Dubai. I'm not sure how to handle this. I feel like if she's unable to come around and see my perspective, it's over. She has since turned him down, making it clear that she only did so because of COVID-19. A few years ago, before I knew, she was offered a trip to Boston which she ended up accepting. She told me the trip was a nightmare as she refused to share a room with the guy, and he refused to let her do anything unless she slept with him, saying she stayed in her hotel room until he sent her back to Ghana. I truly believe she is naive and feels why turn down a free trip to Dubai. As well, she's trying to roast me and manipulate me into buying her a flight to Dubai as she would sooner go with me. Doesn't want to wait around to be treated like the princess she feels she deserves to be treated treated as. I've lately lowered my spending because I lost my job due to COVID and had to eat through my savings just to survive. I'm just getting back into work now, but Dubai is honestly at the bottom of my priority list. I'd like to get back on my feet before I consider anything like this. Her love languages are things and acts of service. In regards to things, I haven't done much to make her feel appreciated. However, I feel I have a decent excuse and have been doing the best I could, helping pay for her groceries and some other few necessities. I feel committed and heavily invested in this relationship. I don't want to lose her, but I'm on the cusp of feeling that she's showing no respect to me and I need to man up and stick up for myself. You're poor, yet she has to have another guy pay for the trip for her. The audacity of some people. Maybe it's a good thing that you see this now, like how she can be bought with money easily. Though I'm curious what this other guy is expecting in return. Surely, your partner can't be all that naive and think that there isn't more to this than just a free trip. I tell her if she does go to Dubai with this guy, then she can enjoy the trip single. That's probably what she's hoping for. He should just leave. Should have left after she called him poor. Also, we hadn't traveled at all this year. No shit. There's a global pandemic happening. Some random guy wants to take your girlfriend to Dubai and she has to think about it. Wait out. Consider it. Do you want to be in a relationship with someone like that? I wouldn't, and I've been in some really stupid relationships. You guys should watch Taken Together, and keep emphasizing how you have no special set of skills. Yeah, if you're fine going out with a prostitute, that's fine, but that's what you will be doing. Yay, Dubai is pretty much where Western prostitutes go. Op knows she's going to sleep with this guy, so not sure what his question is. It's clear he should leave her. My mom won't stop grabbing at me and my sister's ahem parts. Whenever we ask her to stop, she gets defensive. What should I do? How do I tell her to stop without her exploding on me? Mobile, sorry. So my problem is basically the title. Me age 14, sister age 15. My mother will always grab me or my sister whenever she can. She has a nickname for us which translates to, in her native language, frontal genitalia, males and females. She always yells at us to get your butt over here and kiss me, and when we do she will promptly touch us. Also, when my dad walks by he, sometimes, will spank us. She also loves to walk around naked, and I mean completely, no bra no slash panties naked. Sometimes if we're unlucky, she forces us to take a shower with her. It's not like she cares whether clothes are on or not. She will grab at anything she can. Another thing my mother loves to do is make us cuddle with her in bed. She sleeps naked. Whenever I ask her to stop, she gets super aggressive and basically just guilt trips me into apologizing. So yay, those are the basics of our problem. My mom is incredibly invasive physically to both me and my sister. My dad likes spanking us, but it's minimal, kind of. They definitely won't stop. How do I get her to stop it? This is abusive as hell. Please reach out to people in real life outside of your home and let them know what's happening. You can make a plan to get away from them with your sister, but it's going to be difficult since you're so young, so you need people on your side if you get the chance to leave. Is there any grandparents slash teachers slash aunts slash uncles slash etc. you could reach out to? This is extremely sexually abusive and you should call CPS immediately before it escalates further. I can't even imagine the stress you are under, and I hope you can find the courage to make that call. Not only for yourself, but for your sister. I'm a CPS worker. This is sexual abuse. Please call the child abuse hotline in your state. Google Division of Family Services and your state name, then call the child abuse hotline. This is not okay. Call child services. You need to tell someone about this right now. Your teacher, your guidance counselor, your aunt slash uncle, your grandmother, anybody. In fact, just call CPS. Your parents are sexually abusing you and you need to be out of that house immediately for your safety. Tell someone. Go to the police. Just get out of that house.